Okay. Hey, folks, welcome to the party. We're going to launch a Starship today. SpaceX Starship Test Flight #7. They're going to go around the world. I'm going to drop this thing into the Indian Ocean. It's going to be a fantastic show. And today I am joined by our voice of the night sky, Marcy Curran. How you doing, Marcy?
I'm good. Hi, Dave. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So we're about 14 minutes, 13 and seconds away from the launch. They delayed about an hour, and I didn't think we were going to get off the ground today, but checking in and watching the stream, it looks pretty good. So the plan today is go around the world. They're going to bring the booster back. This is going to get caught back in Texas. The second stage, the Starship will go around the world and land in the Indian Ocean. And on its way, it's going to do some experiments that it hasn't done before. It's going to use its Pez dispenser to shoot some Starlinks out, and it's going to relight a Raptor in orbit. So we'll see that. And that is going to be in 13 minutes. Launches in 13 minutes. And right now, they're still just explaining what we happen to see. Oh, what we saw on the last. I don't know what they're talking about right now. Why don't we find out? Why don't we find out what they're talking about? Oh, I see.
To provide internet to people on Earth. So Dragon was modified for Polaris Dawn to have.
Okay, so we're talking about Starlink today. All right, now anyway. And so that's what this thing, one of the jobs this thing will ultimately do is to haul a lot of satellites into orbit, or a lot of people. And I guess they've increased the fuel capacity by a couple of 100 tons. Exciting stuff, huh, Marcy?
It is. It is really cool. I know. I've watched
It
some
is
of
really
these
cool.
Starlinks travel across the sky like the day after their launch, and it's really nice to see the
Mm-hmm.
little dots just kind of just there, a
Little
streamer going
train of
across the
dots going
sky.
across the sky. Nah, that is neat. Yeah, that is a fun thing. But
It really
Marcy
is.
is not a rocket person. I'm kind of a rocket guy. And so this is Marcy's job today is to not have to know anything and just be odd and say ooh a lot, or whatever comes to mind. If the exclamations are a more spicy variety, let's say,
I
as
would
the
say
spirit
that
moves. Well,
Starship
we've got
is
some
so
interesting stuff
impressive.
now.
I just love watching it launch. It's
No
quite the
kidding.
rocket ship.
It's a throwback to the old days when, yeah, to the Apollo mission and the Saturn V. We haven't had anything that big in a while.
I was at the
Okay, well,
Cape
they've
once, and
finished their promotional video. Go ahead.
they have a Saturn V that you can walk by. It's just so impressive how long it
I've
is,
been to it.
and just think that the Starship dwarfs
It
that.
takes and it takes a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes to walk down beside the thing when you're walking along it. And those engines on the back end are so enormous. You could set up a
Yes,
bedroom inside
it's
one of those things. They're so big.
it's impressive to see it, and
And
just
then
think this Starship is so much bigger.
it is. It is so much more powerful too. I mean, this thing is going to
Right.
take us to Mars, fingers crossed, someday, soonish. That apparently is the whole goal behind this thing. Um, and so we still got about 10 minutes left before the launch. Hopefully it goes. Hopefully it goes. They had some high winds going earlier, but those seem to have died down to sufficient level. SpaceX is not they're not wind averse. I'm glancing down at the stream, and they're still plugging the wonders of Starlink. So you're used to wind up where you are in Wyoming, and you have some pretty good winds up there. So this is
Yes,
nothing for you.
yes, it's really bad here. We moved out of town on a hill too, so it's even worse than it was in town. I'm gonna start naming them like hurricanes. Our house sounds like a
Oh
old
my,
jalopy
oh
or
my.
something clanging.
Well, that's life on the prairie for you, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful area, beautiful country,
It is good stars. That's why we moved
and
to the
beautiful
country.
skies. You've got your sky camera set up. Right, right. We have good skies here, or at least we have lately. Thankfully, they've been fire free in this area. I'm in California, and we've been watching down south as the flames continue to burn.
That's
It's
so
been quite
awful.
a horror show. It
Really
is. It
awful.
really is. Well, it looks like we have some live coverage back in Texas
All right.
finally. So why don't we switch over and have a listen to what they've got to say?
Good plan.
Thanks, Jesse. We are now T-minus 8 minutes and 40 seconds until liftoff. You can actually see the
Oh, yeah.
rocket in the distance. I already am not sure if I'm going to be able to remain coherent after witnessing this, so looking forward to it.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just a quick status check. The ship fully loaded in its main tanks on locks and fuel. We're going to load the header tanks, and booster is going to be closing out real soon as well. Let's talk about that second catch attempt, though. So we're going to use the tower's 2 gigantic robotic arms, call them the chopsticks, same thing we used to stack Starship onto Super Heavy for all the integration ahead of a flight, and that's what we used to catch by moving stuff like landing legs from the booster to the ground side. It's a lighter booster, means you can carry more into space.
Now, in a nominal operational scenario following liftoff and after the 2 stages separate in flight, Super Heavy will return to the launch site, reignite its engines to slow the vehicle down, and the tower's arms will catch the rocket booster.
And just to get to this point, just like before, thousands of distinct vehicle pad criteria have to be met prior to that return and catch. We need healthy systems on the booster, healthy systems on the tower, and a manual command from our mission flight director for the day. If we don't send that command before the boost back burn ends, or if any of those automated checks kick us out, that's what happened on Flight 6, the Super Heavy booster will divert to an offshore trajectory, and it'll go out into a landing burn and a soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, we have said it before, but it remains true today. We accept no compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team, and that return will only take place if the conditions are right.
And one of the unique aspects of Starship flights is the return and the catch of that Super Heavy booster and the audible sonic boom that it comes with it in the area around the return location. General impact to anyone in the area is just a brief thunder-like noise, but it definitely lets you know it's coming.
Oh, yeah. It's something our neighbors in Cape Canaveral, Florida, and Vandenberg, California have become accustomed to over the years, and now we're bringing the boom to Boca. So here's a peek of what to expect.
What a show. That's one of the most
That is
amazing things
so
I've ever seen.
amazing.
As I mentioned earlier, we have Starship, Raptor, and Starlink employees here fully invested in this flight test. And of course, many other SpaceX employees also here across our site supporting their teams, their teammates. Every flight test has been pretty unique, and we're all very excited for another round of firsts, but I'm pretty sure the crowd is looking forward to potentially watching those chopsticks catch another booster. So let's see how excited they are
about
today.
5 minutes. 5 minutes out.
Getting close.
Wow. The crowd goes wild. Oh, they're having a great time.
That's quite the crowd, too.
Just under 5 minutes to go. We are all very excited here. We're
Okay,
going to
here
send
we
it back
go.
to you. Let's start
Under
for
5
the
minutes
final
now.
minutes of the countdown. Kate and Derek.
All right, thank you, Jesse. So if you're just tuning in, under 5 minutes ago, you picked the right time to do it. Just a quick status check. So we're almost fully loaded on the booster. We'll be fully loaded on the ship, fully loaded on the booster coming up soon. Our range team just reported that we're looking go in the range. That's super important.
Great
Our
news.
security guys, Mike, Kyle, Nick, the whole team out, and we are coming up on 4 minutes and looking good for launch.
Yeah, certainly exciting. Now, we do have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds if necessary. This is a chance for us to perform additional checks if necessary. If we, need to repressurize some tanks, or if there's a wayward vessel in the range last minute, opportunity to clear it out. But everything currently looking good. Now, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems come up to flight pressure. The ship will go to internal power. After that, the quick disconnect or QD arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction, which will happen shortly after T0. And yeah, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we do have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and assess opportunity to proceed again to T0.
Yep, we've used that T-minus 40 hold a couple of times. Boat's usually one of the items, but we aren't tracking anything right now that would cause us to hold there. We can hold there for several minutes. Main thing you're watching at is you set a clock because your temperatures will change and the fuel and the locks, everything pretty quickly. So you've got a couple of minutes that you can hang out and figure things out. There are items that if we pass them, we're scrubbed for the day. One of the main ones is that flame deflector at the bottom of the launch mount. Water begins flowing for that at the T-minus 10 second mark. If we scrub at any point after that, we'll be done for the day. And then teams will need to refill the deflector as well as all of our prop that we use to load on board the vehicle. It's pretty much just under 11 million pounds of prop setting on that thing right now. And we can actually recycle in about 24 hours now.
Which is incredible given the sheer volume of propellant that is on board the vehicle there on your screen.
Amazing.
2 minutes.
All right. Coming up on the 2 minute mark. Again, a lot of ambitious things on the plate for Starship today.
T-minus 2 minutes.
New ship, new year, a lot of upgrades, doing a lot of ambitious things in space this time. Our first payload deploy, relighting a Raptor engine. We're looking good.
So as we mentioned before, we have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds, not tracking any issues at the moment that would be necessary right now. So fingers crossed we can pass through that checkpoint without stopping. But the folks on console are continuing to evaluate the launch commit criteria, making sure that the winds are within limits as well as any other weather restrictions. But man, compared to yesterday, this is a textbook gorgeous day.
Oh yeah, little breezy today, but we got clear blue skies for a launch today. So at this point, all the prop has been loaded on the vehicle. We've closed everything out. We're doing our final thrust vector control, or steering for the engine checkouts. Once we hit the 30-second mark, we'll hear the flight director give the final go for launch. So we're under a minute. As we said, we're not expecting a hold at T-minus 40. But do not be shocked if that happens. It has happened in the past, and we can hang out there for a couple of minutes if we need to.
If memory serves me right,
we hold my breath for 4 seconds.
Pass through prop load gate.
It's still going.
All right, we passed right through that prop load gate.
Hot diggity.
All right, so we're going to let our flight director, Ty Addington, take it away.
Go for launch.
And Luther and Matthew Henson. Welcome to the stream, and a bunch of others.
And
a lot of others. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Here we go.
Hi, everyone.
10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
stopping now.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, look at that going.
Oh, what a beautiful shot.
We have liftoff.
Let's go. Wow.
Incredible.
Vehicles pitching down range.
All right, pressure nominal.
more than 30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching downrange.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Hearing good call outs on the ship and booster avionics. You just heard the rumble hitting us about 6 miles away. Watching Starship
the piece is
arc
coming
into
off.
just
Look.
endless blue skies right now.
On the far left. There's a
Vehicle
tile
supersonic.
coming loose right there. Do you see it?
More than a minute into flight, the vehicle's
Flapping in the wind.
supersonic.
It was black. It was a black tile just flapping in the wind there.
Yeah, I saw some.
It's Q, that's the greatest stress the vehicle's going to
There you see it.
experience on the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams down here on the ground are now looking
Right
at
here.
system, that manual flight
Yeah, I
director's
see it. I don't
decision.
know what it is.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck of a light show.
What a gorgeous ascent.
6 ship engines getting ready to ignite. That's going to happen while we're still attached.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
I think that's on the upper stage.
Got
Yeah,
a
I
little
didn't-
under 30
Yeah,
seconds away
definitely
from
on the
that.
upper
We are
stage.
hearing good call outs on the tower preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself. But as of right now, our manual checks and our manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster engine cutoff.
That is incredible news.
There it goes.
We just heard the call out.
Out of those
Stage
middle
separation.
3.
Wow, look at that go.
Wow. Wow,
Booster
wow, wow.
startup.
3 wows on that one. That was a triple wower.
That was fantastic.
Oh, amazing.
Look at that view of the Earth.
All right, hot stage
Raptor chamber
confirmed.
pressure
We've
is
got a
nominal.
booster hopefully on our way back to us, and a ship now making Hawthorne, Jesse.
It's great over here. You can hear the crowd screaming for every milestone. The booster is now making its way back down to Earth. Looks like we have 12 of those 13 engines ignited. We're using the engines that actually gimbal.
We
So
are go for booster return.
Okay.
an
That's
excellent call out there. We are go for booster
Ship
return.
avionics, power and telemetry nominal.
There's a lot of criteria that needed to line up to ensure that we could have a
Booster
safe
burn shutdown.
booster catch, and it sounds like we got the go for that. And there you can see on your screen, we had we just jettisoned the hot stage, and there's a great, excellent view there of the hot stage floating away from the super heavy booster.
That's the ring between the upper and lower stages.
Oh, okay. Great.
Now we've shut down the engines for that boost back burn. That confirms boost back burn is now complete, Earth. And next coming up will be the landing burn. That's going to be 13 of those center engines igniting again. And that will then go down to, from 13 down to 3 engines just right before we touch down for that booster catch. Now, reminder, our stage 1 objectives are to have a controlled ascent, stage separation, as well as a controlled boost back burn and hot stage as well. So we're looking good for that so far. Some great views there from the ship of Earth. That looks
Doesn't it
incredible.
just?
That's
It's
absolutely
a whole
beautiful.
lot like that.
Now, Starship's ship is still firing its engines right now.
Starship trajectory nominal.
And great call outs. Starship trajectory is nominal. You can follow along the telemetry, the altitude in the bottom left-hand corner for the super heavy booster, as well as the bottom right-hand corner for the ship. And these views are just
That planet is
amazing.
definitely not flat. There's no two ways about it. Sorry, guys. That's a sphere. Oh, here we go.
Again, the booster is currently making its way back to the tower today. So we're looking forward to a booster catch with the chopsticks. And in the meantime, you can see those grid fins there helping to control the vehicle and guide it back to its landing site.
Booster FTS is saved.
Now with that, we're going to hand it back. How's it going over there, Dan and Kate? How are you doing, Kate? Seeing that in person?
Dan had to take that entire segment because I couldn't talk. That was incredible.
There it is.
We can see the booster coming back in now through the plume. At least it looks that way to us. It's incredible that it basically returns. It looks like a speeding, just like
Ship
this
Raptor chamber pressure is
silver
nominal.
flare coming back to the. Once again, we are standing by for attempting to catch the booster at the tower. This would be the second tower catch.
Booster
Landing
landing
burn.
That's the landing burn.
Seeing 13 engines.
Oh my gosh.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch. The 3 engines.
Holy cow, that's so cool.
Have you ever seen anything like it in your life, folks?
Only once
Never
before.
before.
Only once before. That is so fantastic.
This is it. And 7 minutes. 7 minutes from liftoff to orbit and back.
That is incredible.
You heard it here. Vexilla
Wow.
has
That
caught
is
the
just most
booster.
astounding thing.
That is just
Once again,
so
for
moving.
the second time, a successful catch. That booster took off from just 7.5 minutes ago.
That's crazy. That is insane. To space and
Great
back in
view
7.5
From
minutes.
the chopstick
Just
My
incredible.
mind is blown.
arms for that precision landing.
Fantastic.
All that catch fetting is too on something that's just so massive.
Wow.
That was absolutely insane.
Meanwhile,
We're not
Look at
done,
that.
but
We're
wait,
not
there's
done yet.
more. Oh, that is just absolutely
Pretty as you
stunning.
please.
That is so
Another
incredible.
day at the park.
And this, of course, a gorgeous view there from
The
the
thing
tower
was
looking
in
down at the
space
top
3
of
minutes
the
ago.
booster.
all right, and we
I
are
can't get over that. Clearly, I fixated
tracking.
on that.
I watched them capture it last time over and
Now
over.
we're standing by
I-
for
Right.
views of the ship, but their eyes,
That's just so amazing.
incredible sight back at the launch tower. It was incredible
It even
to
looked-
see it come back, and we can still see the launch plume behind us. And
That's
wow, that
wow.
we definitely I can't speak for you, Dan, but that was very moving for me.
Yeah, and right now you can see some of the
Uh-oh.
telemetry on those ships. We were approaching that ship engine cutoff time, so just waiting to hear. So tower in the chopstick arms, but we are waiting to get an update now
What a
on
sight.
the ship. As we were expecting ship engine cutoff about 40
Uh-oh.
seconds ago. We saw some of those engines start to go out prior to that point. And so right now we are just standing by to try and get the latest word
Boy, I hope
on where we are with ships. So stick with us for just a couple of minutes as we wait to hear some updates.
Now, if you just recently joined us, you might want to hit rewind and go back about 9-10 minutes ago to
wow. So they can't talk to the second stage, and it had that flap moving around real well in the blast off, the wind stream from the blast off. I hope everything is okay with the second stage, and they still
Yeah,
haven't
you
given
too.
us an update on it.
That capture is so incredible.
Well,
to
that was
watch.
about the most amazing thing I've seen today.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt
Catch.
about it.
Wow. I mean,
It looks like it's
you run out
easy
of
to
words
do.
really quickly.
Yeah. It looks like it's easy to do,
Oh,
but
it looks so
it's not.
easy.
It doesn't sound just like, ooh, and it catches it
Oh
like, yeah.
no, it is not easy.
No, that's so amazing. Absolutely.
And I'm always sure that it's going to wreck or something. I mean, it's going too fast. You're coming in hot. You're coming in
Literally.
hot. But no, quite literally coming in hot.
Exactly.
Well, they've got their telemetry back on the second stage, so it's still up.
That's
So
good.
that's good news. Yeah, that's good. It's going to be a long time before it does anything. So, Marcy, why don't we leave it there and we'll let
right.
folks and get on with the rest of their day. That was so exciting. My heart is boom, 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 boom.
Incredible.
So exciting.
It
Thanks for
was.
joining me. I appreciate it.
All
And we'll see you
right.
next time.
All
Hey,
right. Bye,
folks, thanks for
everybody.
joining us for the stream. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Remember, one Earth, one sky, EarthSky. Bye-bye.
Bye.